Royal shocker. Princess Leonor wedding secrets unfold in Brazil. It was supposed to be just another royal appearance, elegant, diplomatic, and perfectly controlled. But what happened next left not just Spain, but the entire world in disbelief. Because what unfolded in Brazil wasn't just a visit, it was a revelation. A royal secret, whispered across palaces, now breaking into the light. For months, the world has been holding its breath, waiting for confirmation, clues, gestures, or even a single word about Princess Leonor's rumored royal wedding. Yet, no one expected the truth to begin unraveling thousands of miles away, in Brazil. So why Brazil? What connection does the future Queen of Spain have to this vibrant nation, and how did this visit reveal the most guarded details of her royal love story? To understand this moment, we must step back. Princess Leonor, heir to the Spanish throne, has spent her life under careful guidance, shaped by duty, education, and expectation. Every appearance, every speech, every smile, meticulously measured. Yet, behind those composed blue eyes, there's always been something deeper, something human, a young woman with a heart quietly balancing love and destiny. And during her recent royal tour to Brazil, something changed. It wasn't what she said, it was what she did. The body language, the glances, the subtle decisions, all pointing to something extraordinary unfolding behind palace doors. Witnesses spoke of Leonor's radiant confidence during her public appearances. But insiders noticed something else, a discreet exchange between her and a familiar European figure, a face already linked to her in countless whispers and speculations. Was this just coincidence? Or was this moment, in one of Latin America's most watched capitals, carefully chosen for something far more symbolic? When Leonor stepped into the Grand Hall in Rio de Janeiro, the cameras captured what no one expected, a glimpse of her wearing a delicate bracelet, almost identical to one previously seen on her rumored partner, a European prince whose family has long-standing ties to both Spain and the broader royal community. The resemblance was undeniable. But that wasn't the only clue. During the state dinner, her speech, usually so formal and restrained, carried an emotional undertone, a warmth that reflected more than diplomacy. Spain and Brazil, she said, share not only history and friendship but a future built on love, understanding, and unity. Those words, built on love, echoed far beyond the hall. To the royal watchers who have followed her journey for years, it sounded like something more than protocol. It was a whisper of something personal. But here's where it becomes even more intriguing. Royal insiders claim that this trip was not just an official engagement, it was also the perfect backdrop for a discreet meeting between two families. A meeting that may have discussed the timing and location of a long-anticipated royal union. And Brazil. It wasn't chosen at random. Historically, Brazil has deep royal connections, through the House of Braganza, through centuries of European ties. Could it be that Leonor's family, known for their sense of symbolism, selected Brazil for reasons beyond politics, as a place of new beginnings? But there's another layer, one few expected. Some sources close to the Spanish royal household reveal that this trip was personally requested by Leonor herself. She wanted to step out, to breathe beyond the rigid expectations of Madrid. And yet, even as she did, destiny followed her. Cameras followed her. Love followed her. It's said that a small private ceremony took place behind the ornate doors of a centuries-old cathedral in São Paulo, not a wedding, but a blessing. A royal blessing, given by a trusted family friend, symbolic in nature, acknowledging what's to come. If true, that would make it one of the most carefully hidden royal milestones in modern history. But why all the secrecy? Why would a future queen hide her engagement, or even her relationship, from the world? The answer lies in the deep traditions of the Spanish crown, and the fear that history might repeat itself. Leonor's mother, Queen Letizia, once faced intense scrutiny when she entered the royal circle, a journalist from outside aristocracy, criticized, doubted, tested. The royal family has learned that timing and presentation are everything. And for Leonor, the stakes are even higher. One wrong headline could shift the entire perception of Spain's monarchy. Yet, what makes this story so moving, so human, is that love always finds its way through formality. Through rules. Through centuries of duty. And in Brazil, for just a few fleeting moments, Leonor seemed to let her heart lead instead of her crown. Eyewitnesses described her laughter, her radiant presence, and the unmistakable look of someone in love. A smile that carried peace and promise. Still, questions remain. Who is this man? Will Spain accept him? And when will the royal palace finally confirm what so many now believe, that the wedding plans are already in motion? One royal aide reportedly hinted, when the time comes, it will not be announced. It will be felt. Could that time be sooner than we think? Because something about Leonor's recent actions, her newfound confidence, her independent choices, and her gentle defiance of old traditions, all point toward one thing: readiness. Readiness to lead, and readiness to love. And that's what makes this so powerful. Behind the tiaras and titles, behind the protocol and politics, stands a young woman choosing her path. Choosing love in her own way, at her own pace, across oceans and expectations. Brazil may have been the setting, but the message was universal, a declaration that love, no matter how royal or restrained, cannot be contained. The secret may no longer be a secret. The question now is, when will the world witness it unfold in full glory? Because from everything we've seen, from her symbolic gestures to her emotional evolution, Princess Leonor is not just preparing for a crown. She's preparing for a life shared with someone who understands what that crown truly means. And as this chapter unfolds, the world will be watching. Not for the politics, but for the heart. Because sometimes, even in the most guarded royal lives, love writes the most beautiful stories of all. And this might just be the beginning of hers.